This tutorial is bundled in 3 parts. In first part, we will learn how to create this bottle or pots with the help of geometry node. Then in second part, we will learn how to melt the bottle with the help of particle simulation. And in third part, we will change the shape of bottle from one bottle to another with the help of geometry node. So subscribe to our channel to get all the latest notifications. Let's start the tutorial. First of all, delete the light, then select the cube and go to geometry node. Click new and remove group input. Add Bezier segment by pressing Shift A. Connect it with group output. Add curve to mesh in between and connect Bezier segment to profile curve. Then add curve circle and connect it with curve. Now play with Bezier segment values for creating a pottery or bottle. Now add transform node in between and rotate its x-axis 90 degree. See, the shapes are started forming. Play with Bezier segment values for different or better result. Reduce the curve circle radius. Look, your pottery is ready. Wait, bottom is missing. For bottom, we have to add join geometry, then mesh circle and connect it with join geometry. Select triangles in mesh circle, then reduce its radius to match the pottery bottom. It is thick like a paper, but pottery or bottles are not so. So for that we have to add solidify in modifier, then increase its thickness. Now when we look at the bottom, there is a problem. To solve it, we will add one more modifier, weld modifier, then drag it over solidify modifier. Now the problem is solved. But now one more problem has arrived. We are not able to see geometry node because when we see on the modifiers, we will see that weld is selected. To see geometry node, select geometry node in modifier. You can click this pin icon, then geometry node will not get disappear. Play with thickness value, then add subdivision surface in geometry node and increase its level to 2. Then add one more modifier, set shade smooth, and one more modifier, set material. We will use this later in the tutorial. Rename it because we will make duplicate of it by pressing Shift D. Then click X to move it only in the x-axis and adjust it X location. Now when you see in geometry node, you will see digit 2 written near geometry node. I will tell you in the next duplicate what it actually means. Currently click on it. Now play with the Bezier segment values to create some unique bottle shape. I have spent many time with this value. That's why I am entering the value quickly. If you are satisfied with your pottery shape, then select the first pottery again and make one more duplicate by pressing Shift D. Then adjust it on x-axis only. Now see what will happen if you not click 2. If you make any changes, then both the object will get affected in a same way. So click 2 to make a separate geometry node, then make changes. Before that, when you see from bottom, you will see a problem in second portrait. So click on second portrait and play with mesh curve radius, then your problem will solve. Then again click the third portrait and start making changes on Bezier segment values to get some unique bottle shape. Play with solidify thickness value also. Now if you are satisfied with your portrait shape, then go to material setting, select the first portrait, then click 3 on material, then select third portrait and click 2 on material. This will make 3 separate material. Then select the first portrait and rename its material. Similarly, select this small portrait and rename it, and select the large portrait and rename it. Now in geometry node, select the large portrait and in set material, select large portrait material, select first portrait and select portrait in set material, then select small portrait and select small portrait in set material. Now go to the shading tab and we will edit the material on all the 3 portrait one by one. At first select the big portrait and add color wrap by pressing Shift A. Then add Voronoi texture, connect its distance with color wrap, then color wrap to base color. Play with color wrap handles, then select Manhattan in Voronoi texture and play with its scale value and randomness. Then add mix RGB and add mousse gray texture to color 2. Reduce the roughness and add a color what you want in color wrap. Add bump node to the normals of principal BSDF and connect color wrap to the bump height. Play with color wraps if required. Similarly, we will add 2 more different color material to the portrait. So select the first portrait and add color wrap by pressing Shift D and connect it with base color. Then add Voronoi texture and connect its distance with color wrap. Then select F2 and play with its scale and color wrap handles. Add color to the black part of color wrap and select constant on it and increase the white portion. Then add bump node and connect it with the normal and connect color wrap to the height. Select the roughness value 0.150, then add a color wrap and enter the same roughness value to V of its white part. Then connect it with roughness. Connect the first color wrap with the second one and change the black portion of color wrap. Here we are trying to make white portion more rough than brown part, which are more visible in the third portrait which I show you. Then select the third portrait and enter color wrap and connect it with base color. Then add gradient texture and press Ctrl T if you have enabled Node Wrangler. Then select your color in color wrap. I am selecting light blue and dark blue. Bring both the handles to the center to as close as possible. Now add noise texture in between color wrap and gradient texture. Then enter 90 in mapping rotation Y. Then play with noise textures value for better result. Now select your roughness value 0.2 and connect a color wrap to the roughness. Then select the white V value 0.2. Then make the black part completely white. Now connect the first color wrap with the second one. Play with the color wrap handle and you can see the effect. The light blue color have more roughness and dark blue have no roughness. Add bump node and connect it with the normals and with the first color wrap. Now come back to the layout and press 1 for the front view, then press Ctrl Alt 0 to set your camera to the view. Now select your camera and adjust its location and rotation. Add a plane and scale it by pressing S, then adjust it in Z location, then Y location, and play with its X and Y scale value. Add a material to the ground, decrease its roughness and color. Select the plane, then press Shift T, then RX90 to rotate it 90 degree on X axis. Adjust the plane in Y location and X and Y scale value. Save your project because for the light effect we have to use cycles. Go to cycles, select GPU. In viewport maximum sample select 6 or 10 and in render maximum sample select 64. In world setting add any HDRI lighting whatever you want. To focus only on the main scene, increase the passport value which you will get in camera setting. Now add a aerial light by pressing Shift A. Adjust it on the location X, Y and Z so that it must be near the background. Then rotate it on Y rotation. Then go to the light setting and increase its power to 5000 and decrease spread to 1 degree. Increase its size. Now go to the setting tab, select the aerial light and check use node and increase the emission strength. Then add color wrap and connect it with emission color. Add noise texture and connect it with color wrap. Then press Ctrl T and connect object. Select 4D in noise texture, then play with color wrap black portion, then play with color wrap handles. Adjust X and Y scale value of aerial light to achieve best result. You can also change the color of light in the light setting. Now add a timeline and enter end frame of 150. Then on frame 1 enter keyframe on noise texture W. Then go to the frame 151, enter value of 0.2 in W. Then again enter keyframe. This will add some motion to the light which you will see after rendering it. Play with lights all value if you want. Then select the camera and at frame 1 enter keyframe on location Y. Then go to frame 151, move the camera forward, then again enter keyframe. This will add a slow forward camera movement. Thank you very much for watching and wait for its second part in which we will melt one of the pottery with particle simulation. Till now see the right video for disintegration effect and don't forget to subscribe.